What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Bros Cast, episode 256. My name is Harrison. I'm joined by my brother Nick, as always. Nick, how you doing on this Xenoblade X week?
Xenoblade X Monday, man. I'm doing great. Doing great. Very, very hyped up. Been watching.
I've been excited for it, but now that we're getting closer and like I'm done with Avowed, and I'm probably going to put Kingdom. I am going to put Kingdom Come Deliverance down for a little bit. Not much really. I am like itching to play at the moment, so
yeah,
it's a good time for this game to come out.
I've been excited. I've talked about this before, but I played like an hour of it on the Wii U, and now I'm just like, I've been watching a ton of videos, building up the hype. I mean, this sounds like such a huge game, and having played Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, those were big. Like those were like 50 to 70 hour games, but this one seems even bigger than those. So I'm excited. Sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, can't wait, man. It's gonna be great.
Excited. It's Xenoblade. I mean, Xenoblade's a top tier RPG, top tier franchise. And yeah, one of those games that was lost on the Wii U, and we finally get to really experience it, really again for the first time. So very exciting.
Yeah,
stuff. And it looks great too.
Do you think if this one clicks with you, because I know you love 3 and I know you tried 1, do you think that if you love X, it'll make you want to go back and play through Xenoblade Chronicles 1?
I do eventually want to play through 1 and 2. I know they're long games, and it's just a time commitment thing at this point. I do definitely want to go back and play those, but luckily with this one, you don't really need to know anything about the other games. So that's
you don't need any context. I mean, it might help to understand the combat system since it's pretty similar to 1 mostly, but there are tutorials and you can always look up stuff. So it's not you really don't need to know anything going into this game. Just know it's a big open world game.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Do we know when reviews are probably dropping tomorrow? I'd imagine, right?
Tomorrow or Wednesday? Because normally with Nintendo games, reviews drop the day before.
Okay.
So I would expect Wednesday, and then Tuesday will be Assassin's Creed reviews. Which
I have a feeling that game's going to review good. I don't know. I feel like
by good, do you mean above like
85 and up? 85 and up.
I think it has to do above a 90 if it wants any chance at like 10 million plus 90. 10 million plus sales.
I don't know about that.
You think it'll be like an 87 something like that?
I bet this game will sell pretty well. I mean, this is like the big feudal Japan era. Like this is what people have wanted from Assassin's Creed for a very, very long time. And it is kind of hard. Like sometimes like with us being on X and stuff like that, like you kind of live in that bubble and you see all the negativity. I bet 95% of the gamers out there don't give a shit about any of the stuff that's been surrounding Assassin's Creed. They're just like, oh, cool, new Assassin's Creed in Japan. Awesome samurai. Cool. So I bet it'll sell well. But yeah, I think I'm gonna guess an 87 is my guess.
I'm gonna guess an 84.
Okay.
I think it's gonna start at like an 86 and then
go down.
And then IGN's gonna come in and bring it down or something like that.
They got some flack this last week for I know you haven't seen it before, but the Invincible show on Amazon, like incredible season finale, and they gave it like a 4 or 5. Like it was, I'm like, at this point, like IGN's just kind of like a grifting review. Like I don't know, they confuse me so much.
So you've watched the season finale?
Yeah,
right. I haven't seen it. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
in your mind, is there any way that you could see someone thinking that it sucked or that it was a 4?
The only possible thing I can think is like you get introduced to a new character, and in like the end of the episode before, and then that's the only time they're ever in the show. Other than that, like it's all action. It's incredible. Like it's so good.
Yeah. Ford, I feel like they've been giving a lot of out of pocket 4 out of 10s.
I think they do it on purpose, just to, like I said, I think they're grifters. I really do. I feel like they're, you know, I think they've given out so many 10s over the years that, like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes they need to throw in like a really low score.
Well, I think it's because they've given out so many 7s that they feel like they need to differentiate every now and then.
I think so.
What's the general consensus with the Invincible season finale, according to like Metacritic?
Oh, let me look real quick. I hate that Microsoft Bing is like. Let's see. New TV shows.
Sorry to send you down a rabbit hole.
No, you're good. I don't love. I don't know if I love Metacritic's website.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, I'm seeing an 8 out of 10 from Screen Rant.
Yeah,
I'm seeing some really good reviews.
Season 3. Let's see. Overall it's a 74.
Which is good for TV and movies.
Good for TV, yeah.
TV and movies are on a different.
I wonder if they have it like games. Per. I'm trying to see if they have it like per episode. I'm sure
probably IMDb would have it.
But yeah, I mean, and like I've never read like the.
Okay, it's got a 9. Sorry to interrupt you. It's got a 9.9 out of 10 on IMDb, and that's user
last
user
episode.
Rated. Yeah, which is like one of the highest rated. I mean, obviously, like one of the highest rated episodes ever.
Yeah, like I said, like it just felt like so out of pocket. It just felt like it was just kind of unnecessary. And like I said, I've never read the graphic novel, or so like, you know, But I mean, so I don't know if that's like that particular person at IGN read it and was like, oh, it's not nearly as good. So I just don't know. But again, yeah, it's like, come on, like, whatever. Anyways, but yeah, Assassin's Creed 87. You said 84. Xenoblade. What do we think that's going to be at? You go first. You go first.
I think an 88.
88. I'm going to say a 91.
A 91. Jesus. Mm-hmm. I would love for it to get a 91.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a 91. Not 90 or above at least.
Wow, that's so tough though with a big JRPG like that.
But I don't think a lot of people are going to be reviewing this game, and the ones that are going to be like the hardcore,
Yeah, the ones that are reviewing it, the ones that want to review it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think didn't the expansion only have like 4 or 5 reviews or something on Metacritic?
Yeah, it was sitting at like a 92, 93.
Yeah, I think this game's going to be reviewed pretty highly.
The original got an 84.
Okay.
And I mean, it sounds like the definitive edition is only making improvements.
Yeah.
So unless the lower parts of the game stand out more now than they did 10 years ago, which might be the case.
It's a possibility.
I'm sure it'll be in the 80s or either high 80s or low 90s, but we'll see.
I couldn't see it below like an 86. I think anywhere between, like you said 88, right?
Yeah.
I would say, like 88, between like 88 and 92.
Okay.
And if it could get, and I want it to be higher because it's on my list, and I need some points.
That's right. It is.
I need some easy points.
I think it should get like a 70 or something.
I think it should be dog shit, actually. But yeah, I've got it. Are you getting the physical version?
I think I'll just go digital. I have all of the other ones digital.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do want it physical though.
Yeah, I'm still a physical guy right now.
Yeah.
Although with the PlayStation Portal, I'm like, man, it's a little bit annoying because if you're
It
upstairs,
is
you
pretty
want to play
annoying.
something
You have to,
different. You're like,
yeah.
gosh. So, but cool. Well, let's dive into what we've been playing. I have played a little bit of Split Fiction. Me and my wife Brittany, we played the first few levels. Very It Takes Two-ish. I mean, it's
Yeah.
If you've played It Takes Two, you play. She actually got the controls better. I think a lot quicker than she did around with It Takes Two.
Nice.
Because I told her there's like some of the early platforming. I'm like don't overcorrect. Like just kind of tap the jump button and it automatically kind of like magnetizes you to the
Yeah,
platform.
you lock
I was
into
like,
it.
I was like, just don't overcorrect. Just do it. She did have some trouble with like there's like a part where you have to there's like these things compressing and you have to like jump through them and then you have to do like use the grapple mechanic. And she was having a little bit of trouble with that, but I was like, you got to use the camera because you can't see anything. And then after that, she was able to get a hold of it. But yeah, it's really cool. Story's interesting so far. I'm sure it's going to get a lot crazier with the levels, but that first level when you get into the fan stand, like there's all those ogres. Like that was a pretty cool moment.
That was a cool level.
So we'll play some more. We were going to play yesterday, but time just got away from us. But yeah, we'll play some more, and I think it'll probably be like kind of a slow burn game for us. It'll probably take us a few weeks to get through it, but really enjoying it so far. That's how it was with It Takes Two. So
yeah, my wife and I have been playing too, and we're like on the 4th chapter.
Okay,
so I think we're coming up and halfway through it. It has some like pretty difficult moments. And a lot of it,
you'll get through it and you're just kind of chilling.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it you have to work together actively. So like, there's this one level and it's a side story. So it's completely optional, but we've been doing like every side story. You like warp into this game show type thing and you're both walking down individual walkways. And it's kind of like hot potato. You have a bomb and you have to throw it between each other. And if it stays in your hands for too long, it'll explode. So you have to do that. And then you have to get to the goal at the end. And then you have to place the bomb in the slot.
Yeah.
And there were like 6 or 7 kind of like challenges based off of like that concept. That's probably where we had the most struggle. Because there's not only the time essence of, I can only hold this bomb for so long. I have to look at Nick while he's throwing me the bomb so I can catch it. But then you're also doing the platforming stuff. You're dodging through stuff. There's a, electrifying mechanism that you have to dodge through. And then there's like this boss at the end. So Split Fiction, I would say, is harder than It Takes Two. Because it throws so many different types of gameplay at you. Like it has flying, and Alicia struggled with that a lot too because the controls were inverted.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, just treat it like you're flying a plane. And I was like, she's like, well, you've never flown a plane. I was like, well, I've played games before you fly planes.
Yeah.
And then we ended up uninverting the controls and that. And she did so great with that once it was, normal. But it's crazy. Like there are just so many different types of gameplay. There are so many homages to other games.
Yeah.
In this, like there's I don't even want to spoil it, but like there's just so many cool references in this game. Like I'm having a blast with it, even though we're on the struggle bus.
Struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Have y'all never played Two Brothers before, right?
No.
Y'all, I think when you're done with that one, like maybe give it a break or a little bit, but because that game is pretty easy.
That one's more top down, or is it?
Yeah, it's top down. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not split screen or anything like that. I think it. No, yeah, no. It's one screen. But yeah, get like the new like the remastered one with like the better graphics and stuff. I think y'all will have a great time with that one.
Okay. I thought about
super short. It's like less than 5 hours maybe. So
okay. Yeah, maybe we'll try that one. But
yeah,
she's doing really good. She's learning quickly.
Yeah,
which is cool to see.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I'll just briefly talk about it. I finished up Avowed, got through the rest of the story. I know last week I said I was at the last part, and it was literally like 15-20 minutes left. So fought the final boss. Really enjoyed this game. I would still say it's I think I'm a little less high on it than I was before. I'd probably stick it around a 7 or 8 total. I think the combat is a lot of fun, and I think it's the best these types of games have ever been. If we're comparing it to like an Elder Scrolls or something like that, a little bit different, obviously. Not having the crime mechanic and stuff like that. But you know what? We talked about it before. I don't really need that all the time. It was just kind of nice to just play this game without having to worry about sneaking around and all that stuff and taking people's stuff. So yeah, I ended up. The only gripe I have really is like, I guess much like, other Bethesda games is like once you beat the game, like you can't go back into the world. You have to reset a save. Right. And there is a point of no return in this game, which I did go back to finish up some other side missions and stuff that I hadn't done. But yeah, I mean, this game is a lot of fun. I was talking before the podcast, but didn't really care for the story. Just didn't really do much for me. Which is fine. I wasn't. I guess going back to Elder Scrolls, I wasn't super into that story either.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this. How
maybe did you feel... I like the Bolivian story a lot. That one was kind of cool. But
which, I mean, could get a remaster for that one next month.
Apparently, yeah, Shadow Drop maybe on Game Pass. We'll see.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to remain spoiler-free, but how did you feel about the choice you have to make in the third area at the end?
Third area. I don't know. For me, it was kind of a no-brainer. It was like,
which one did you go with?
Well, I went with I destroyed like the place.
Okay. Yeah.
What did you do?
I did the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean that was kind of a no-brainer. I was like,
it's like I'm not going to side with this person now at this point.
I pretty much like, I do like the fact that when you have these, because there's a couple of moments in this game where you have like some choices you can make, and you can always converse with your side characters. So whatever, what's his name?
Garrus.
Yeah, that guy. Whatever his choice was, I was like, yeah, I trust you.
Yeah, you're a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Like it. Yeah.
But usually his opinions or whatever on those matters always kind of lined up with what I was thinking too. So it was just kind of a way to make sure my decision was good. But so I don't know how exactly it would affect the outcome, because at the very end, like, it's kind of anticlimactic. Like, you fight the final boss, and then it kind of goes into, okay, this area is doing this, and this character is doing that.
Postcard.
It's very like neat bow, and I don't know how it would turn out if you didn't.
Yeah,
because of that area, it's like, oh, they're clear, but there's still enemies that you have to fight because you did this certain decision. And I'm like, well, I think that probably works out for the better, because the other decision would have killed some people. So, like,
yeah. What's your quick ranking of all 4 of the areas? What's your favorite to least favorite?
Probably 1 was probably my favorite. Then 2, honestly, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's probably my ranking. I didn't like love I mean, aesthetically, yeah, it was cool, like the last area with all the lava and stuff like that. But I think as far as like how fun it was to explore,
yeah, it wasn't as fun.
Yeah, I think maybe, I don't know. Okay, maybe I'm thinking about the exploration part. I think 1, 3, 2, 4 is my ranking.
That's where I'm at too.
Yeah, three was nice because it's such a bright area.
Yeah, I just love the bright areas.
Yeah, and there's like different kind of biomes too, with like that ice area. Yeah, it's a really cool area. It's a lot of fun to explore.
I felt the same about the last area that I did about that chapter in Black Myth Wukong. Like that volcano chapter.
Oh yeah. That one was, it was a little bit underbaked, maybe underwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not that the Avowed level was underbaked or that it wasn't fun or anything. Just like aesthetically, it's kind of
Aesthetically
drab. Yeah, it's kind of samey.
Yeah, it just wasn't fun. I mean, there was still a lot of exploration you could do.
Yeah.
And secrets and stuff to find, but it just wasn't as fun to like explore. Just because of the way it looked.
But nothing compared to the first area, in my opinion.
Yeah, the first area is great.
Yeah. Well, cool.
So, yeah, liked Avowed a lot. You know, who knows where it's going to land on my list at the very end, at the end of the year for game of the year, because there's a lot of games coming out, so we'll see. But
I think I'm higher on this game than you are. I would put this somewhere between an 8 and a 9.
Yeah.
I just loved that it was so streamlined. Like that was
very
so cool to see after playing games like Starfield. And
yeah, this game is way better than Starfield, in my opinion. Like, just even the dialogues. Like, again, like I didn't really care about the story, and most of the dialogue I was just kind of like I just wasn't very interested in.
Yeah. Just like, let me get through this.
But
exposition.
Yeah, playing this game, like I am, and like if this remaster of Oblivion is a real thing, which I assume it is, I'm curious on my thoughts of that, because I love that game, so I'm curious, and I love Skyrim too. But if I don't click with that one either, I just think Bethesda style RPGs are just not for me anymore.
Yeah,
and it's a bummer. But I think Avowed is so streamlined and just, I don't know, it takes away all the garbage. I mean, there's still over encumbrance, but it's so easy.
But you can send stuff back to the camp.
It's like you might as well not be over encumbered, because you could you can break it down or just send it from your, like, no matter where you're at, just send it to your stash. Like, come on, like that is so like streamlined. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know, maybe this game's higher on my list or higher than I thought.
It's hard though, because like you probably didn't like the last area as much, so ending on that, could have brought your overall perception of the experience down.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hate it, but it just wasn't. It just wasn't my favorite area. But like even like the final area, I guess, like that was a really cool like sequence going. Going through the garden.
That was really cool. Getting all those like all those unique weapons too, like scattered throughout the world. Yeah, that was an awesome area.
Yeah.
Forgot about that one. Great game.
Yeah, good game. Nick, tell me about some more Ender Magnolia.
I have finished it. Finished it a few days ago. Put about like 17 hours into it. So it was longer than the first game, and I'm at a conundrum because I played through Ender Lilies earlier this year. And for those who are wondering, this is a Metroidvania. Very much in the style of Hollow Knight. Yeah. So played through Ender Lilies and immediately jumped to Ender Magnolia, and it was such a step up in terms of the combat, movement, that kind of. It's like kind of like Ori when you start the second game and you like get that double jump immediately, or you get that dash immediately, and it just feels like such an upgrade. Also, the Ori series, goated. I was just thinking about that the other day.
I would love to play that game again, especially the second one, because I remember the second one had a lot of problems. Like even the like going into the map took forever to load up, and it caused it to like glitch out a lot. So man, Ori is so good,
so good. But after finishing this one, I still think I like the first one more, just because the atmosphere of Ender Lilies was so good. Like it kind of felt like a little bit Dark Soulsy, like kind of that like that castle-y vibe, kind of like run like decrepit castle. And I like the story better in Ender Lilies. And normally I'm totally a gameplay first kind of person, but I just wasn't super connected with what I was doing in Inner Magnolia, even though
That's how I felt
combat
with
was
Avowed.
better.
Like I think
Yeah.
if the story was slightly better in Avowed, or I would just it just captured me more. I think I would have loved this game a lot more than I already like it a lot. So
Yeah.
I mean that can mean a lot. I mean that could definitely play
Play
its
role
role into your role into your deciding factor of liking a game or not.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, I still think this is like a really, really great game. I think in terms of like Metroidvanias, you have, the upper echelon with Metroid and Hollow Knight, and then you have, I would say Metroid, Hollow Knight, and Ori and the Will of the Wisp. And then below that, you have like Ori and the Blind Forest and maybe Ender Magnolia.
Do you like Will of the Wisp or better than Hollow Knight, or do you like Hollow Knight better than Will of the Wisp?
I think I like Will of the Wisp better than Hollow Knight.
I think I'm there with you. I think they're just like the art style and like just how vibrant that game is at some points. I think I might be there with you.
And the movement feels a lot better than Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
Like when a 2D Metroidvania just hits that flow of movement, like I mean that's why I love Metroid Dread so much, because the movement in that game it's unparalleled.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That you bring up a good point. And like I didn't even get close to 100%ing Hollow Knight, but I'm pretty sure I did most everything in
I was pretty I think I did just about every boss you could do in Hollow Knight. There was one like I don't know if I finished the Coliseum or not. I can't remember that. And then there was one platforming part that was very Meat Boy-esque. And I tried it a few times. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
You're not gonna commit time to that, yeah.
Yeah.
It might be time for me to do another
playthrough run.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I don't know. It's hard. It's so hard to find time, but I would love to do like a play along kind of thing of like beating one area, one area in the first game, and then we talk about it and then move on to the next area.
We should do that.
That'd be cool.
I mean, it's really
like a game club or like a game club or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, you take 2 hours out of your week to play through a certain area, or an hour out of your week.
Yeah. We should do that. We should figure out a time.
We can also do it like maybe on TikTok or something.
Yeah. Like playing on TikTok, or just like talking about it.
Yeah, talking about it, posting about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll think about it. That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
That'd be a good game for it too, because I mean there were like, there were like segmented sections to that game.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I've been thinking about Ori here recently, and they're good games. They're really good games.
Even Ori and the Blind Forest, which doesn't have any combat, still really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then lastly, I did pick up Torna, or Xenoblade Chronicles Torna, the Golden Country, which is the prequel expansion to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I just for whatever reason I didn't play it when it came out, and I never got around to it. So I was feeling the itch for Xenoblade Chronicles X, so I chose the next best thing, which is
Are you gonna finish this before X comes out?
Probably not.
Okay.
It's only 20 hours.
Oh,
and I'm like 4 hours into it, so I'm like pretty far. But yeah, once X comes out, I'm gonna switch over there. But
I'm so excited.
Yeah. But yeah, this expansion is really cool. It's got some really great characters so far. Just the story, man. The story in these games
is it a gap? Is it like is it Bridge 1 and 2?
No.
Or is it a separate?
It takes place 500 years before 2.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't have any like.
Is 2 before 1, or are they in?
Yeah. Who's to say?
Man. Okay.
I mean, you finished 3, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, because three is the prequel, right? Am I right?
Not really.
It's like a or no it no it's
It
is it on like the same timeline? Like it's like a parallel timeline between 1 and 2, and then like it like collides.
You're getting into spoiler territory here.
I mean, do I need to replay 3?
But yeah, I think so.
Okay. Those games are wild, dude. They're kind of hard to keep up with. I don't know. I just know there's like a 4-hour YouTube video about it.
Yeah, an entire like hour video dedicated to just the like the chain attack, the chain combo attack, whatever it is.
You sent that to me, and that was like that worked miracles for me.
Yeah, it totally changed the game for me when I saw it.
Yeah,
freaking great series, dude. I can't believe all of the games.
It really is, man. Ugh. It's so good.
That's all I've been playing.
Sweet. Well, let's dive into the news. I mean, there's not a lot going on. I mean, we're in very much of a lull right now with Nintendo, other than Xenoblade coming out here in a couple days. But news wise, I mean, God, the direct is in what 16 days, so we're
16 days.
We're right there. I mean, we're so close. I don't think we like leakers. We'd rather just it's just fun when it's fun to be surprised. So I really hope nothing leaks going into this. I know stuff will. There's going to be the same people always that are going to be talking about it.
Yep.
So I don't know. Hopefully nothing leaks.
Well, do you want to give some? I mean, what are your final wishes for it? What would make you walk away from this saying, I need the Switch 2 day one?
Well, I already needed day one. I mean, that's
what would make an average person walk in?
It's all but confirmed. I mean, Mario is going to be a launch title. I mean, I think that's pretty easy to say. I would say, give me 3D Mario, man. Like, Odyssey was so good. I mean, Odyssey is one of the best games ever made.
Yeah,
and we haven't had a proper 3D Mario sequel since that game came out in 2017. I want to see what Nintendo has been cooking up for 8 years on a new hardware. It's going to look incredible. Mario Odyssey still looks incredible to this day. That would be the absolute killer app is a new Mario. And then throw on give me Metroid. I want to see what that game looks like. I have a feeling it's going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be in this Switch 2 reveal.
But yeah, Prime. Yeah, I think Prime 4.
Yeah. Even though it's going to be, it's obviously going to be a Switch game, a cross-gen game, but I think they're going to show it off in Prime. I mean, they got it. They have the mouse controls. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
And then something Zelda. I don't know what that's going to be.
Even if it's a tease for the next Zelda title, just a small tease. Yeah. But I mean,
it's the Wii U tech demo.
Yeah, something like that. But I think more realistically, like maybe an Ocarina of Time.
I mean that would be
remake or something that's coming in 2026.
If that launched or like a launch window this year. I mean, I'm a sucker for that. I would love to play it. I mean, I just played it the whole game last year and just loved it so much. So, I would love to see what they could do for a proper remake. It's rumored right now with that GameCube NSO is going to come to NSO. So that could be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Yeah. In terms of third party, I think we could. I mean, I think we're gonna see Elden Ring,
of course.
I think we're gonna see Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Yep.
Metaphor. Maybe Final Fantasy VII remake / rebirth. Maybe Halo.
Yeah. Maybe Gears.
Maybe Gears. Could be Gears.
Little Marcus Phoenix collection.
Could be Oblivion, like Oblivion remaster coming.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's hilarious because it wasn't Skyrim in the Switch 2 reveal trailer.
Reveal.
That would be crazy. Oh my god.
I mean, maybe even something like Clair Obscure coming to the Switch too. Cool. Like just kind of a graphical showcase.
Would you buy Metaphor again on the Switch?
I would.
I think I would too. That game is. I'm still playing through it occasionally.
Really?
On the Portal, yeah. I want to beat it again because I never did the dragons, and there is a new level or new side quest, I think, in New Game Plus. So I want to see what that looks like. But
how well did Metaphor end up selling? Man, I know it crossed 1 million on day one, but I don't know if there has been an update.
That is a good question. Oh, that's release date. Okay, do we have anything since then?
Doesn't seem like there's been an update.
I mean, it was the best-selling like Atlas game ever, right? Like the fastest selling.
Fastest selling.
Yeah.
But Persona 5 has sold like 5+ million.
Yeah,
something like that.
Metaphor sales today. Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, maybe they just
no updates.
Announced anything? I'm sure it's crossed 2 million.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, it's sold. I mean, for it to sell in one day. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. Metaphor is,
and the reviews were so good too.
Yeah, that game is, man.
It's a special game.
Yeah,
I think we should at some point this year revisit our top 25 games of all time.
I think so. Yeah, I think whenever we do our game of the year discussion, we always talk about the year before and like, do we still agree? I think we're gonna be very different. Like this might be the first year where I'm like, yeah, I don't agree with this list I made at all. Like I don't think Call of Duty should have been on my list. Metaphor. I mean, obviously, I didn't finish Metaphor until 2025, so it's like just one of those things. But I definitely would have put that above Silent Hill 2. For me personally, yeah. I'll be curious to know what I think by the end of the year, going back and reflecting.
I already have some thoughts on this list that I'm looking at. Like, why is Astrobot so low? Why is Indiana Jones so high?
I was shocked to see you had Indiana Jones so high, but I love that.
It
was a great game. I think that bug thing just really it really just killed my progress because I wanted to like do most of that game, do most of that content and I couldn't, or I could do the rest, but it was like I can't. I won't get the achievement for it, so
yeah,
I didn't bother. I don't know. We'll go back and look at it, but yes, we do need to revisit our top 25 for sure.
I'll have to look back on my list, see what I had. I know I had. Did I have Bloodborne at number 1?
Mario Odyssey was up there. Ocarina of Time was up there for me. I think I put Breath of the Wild over Ocarina, but now I'm like, I don't know, man. Like Ocarina is still so good. And then Tears of the Kingdom, like I like that game more than Breath of the Wild, but also like I kind of want to revisit Breath of the Wild and replay that just because it was such a weird, my son was born like a couple months after. So like, I don't know, it was just kind of a weird time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I have my list now. I had Bloodborne at number 1.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild number 2, Fire Emblem, GBA number 3. And Celeste, I have at number 4.
You love that game.
I do love that game. And then there's Rock Band on this list, Skate 3. Splatoon? I don't think Splatoon would be on the list anymore.
No. Yeah.
Slay the Spire. Interesting. Yeah, we'll revisit sometime this year.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I mean, yeah, because that was back in 2021. I mean, that was pre Elden Ring.
Yeah.
That's like a different world.
Yeah, man. And I don't know if I would even put Bloodborne up that high anymore, to be honest.
No,
I don't know.
I mean, that's pre Elden Ring, pre Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. Pre-Metaphor.
Pre-Metaphor. Most importantly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We'll have to do that maybe sometime in the summer when it's a little bit slower news-wise and stuff like that.
You mean when the Switch 2 launches?
Oh God, yeah, Jesus, maybe not.
We'll find some time.
Yeah, we'll find some time to do that. But yeah, let's dive into the news again. Not much, a bunch of speculation around Nintendo stuff. I've just been kind of largely ignoring it because I mean we're 16 days away, so we're almost there. Yeah. There was a Silent Hill transmission Saturday, I believe, or no, it was on Friday. Just about Silent Hill F. Did you get a chance to watch this like 3-minute trailer?
I did. Yeah, I've watched it a few
times.
Good,
man.
It looks real good.
Very, very good. And like the very end when like her face starts to like slide off, I was like, oh gosh, they're going into the gore fest.
They're going for the horror.
Yeah. Which I mean, Silent Hill 2 was it super gory? I mean, there wasn't any dismemberment for
it wasn't really gory.
James. I mean, there was definitely like some grotesque enemies, but it wasn't like, you're kind of like, oh God, kind of thing. So yeah, I think they're going to definitely go the more of the body horror, even more so than Silent Hill 2. But I mean, I'm all in on Silent Hill right now. Like Silent Hill 2 was so good. Granted, this is not Bloober. This is like a different. I'm not sure what studio is handling this, but I'm all in right now on Silent Hill. So I can't wait.
Yeah, dude, Silent Hill 2 was incredible. Very scary.
Yeah, it was like, very, very scary game. One of the first times where I enjoyed but I hated the controller sound because it was just so like just eerie.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, hopefully this game comes out around October. Like, just get you into the vibes.
Man, that's always the dream, to have just a good scary game come out early in October and not on like October 31st. I feel like that happened
31st last year.
Well, didn't Silent Hill 2 come out like end of October?
I thought it was August. Or no, I thought it was September when it came out.
Was it September?
I think so. Because Alan Wake 2 came out like in October, right? No, Alan Wake 2 was 2023.
Yeah, that's 2023.
I thought it was September.
It was October 7th.
October 7th. Okay.
So that's actually the perfect time.
Yeah, that's perfect. How well did that game sell? Silent Hill 2 sales numbers.
Over 2 million.
Okay. So I would say that's probably
a success.
I can't imagine this game was that expensive to remake. It's very, very tight, very corridor.
Yeah.
Like the open world is kind of blocked off for the most part.
Yeah. It's not super open.
I bet it was. I bet Konami hopefully considers it a success. So, but yeah,
it looks really good. I mean, I think the setting is going to be really cool.
Yeah, first time in is it what, like 60s Tokyo?
Yeah.
So first time being in Japan, I believe. So that's going to be very cool.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be like really focused on like bonds and friendship. It sounds like there's like a lot of like backstory going into this one, whereas Silent Hill 2, you're there. The game begins with you arriving in Silent Hill. Like you're already thrust into the horror. Yeah, whereas with this, there might be a little bit more build up.
Yeah, this one looks like maybe it might switch. You might be like hanging out with your friends or something, and then it may go take you to Silent Hill or something like that. So yeah, I'd be very interested to see how that story unfolds. But yeah, it looks awesome. I can't wait. Got the little tease of the combat with the with the pipe at the very end.
Yeah, pick up the pipe.
Yeah,
like hell yeah.
Sweet.
Let's keep that combat.
Yeah, that combat was super good. And then next up and last up, Split Fiction sold 2 million units as of what, this weekend?
Couple days ago?
Days ago?
Yeah, within a week, right? Within 10 days, something like that. Really good. I mean, that's such a huge success right out the gate. I don't know how well It Takes Two did like out the gate. I don't think it sold as well as this. I know it picked up a lot of sales after one game of the year, but
yeah, I'm sure this will be the same way. It'll just, I think it'll just continue to sell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then once it gets nominated for Game of the Year or is in, and then wins a couple, a few categories, I'm sure it'll sell even more. So
yeah. And this means 4 million people have played it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very true.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I saw a tweet or whatever from the director or the head of the studio, Joseph Fares. They're already working on their next game. They're already.
I mean, it took them 3 years to make. They just kind of pump out games. Like they're this. I'm glad because right now, like with just seemingly like the video game crash with like kind of AAA games and like just it just costing so much money. Like they're like the perfect like double A studio. Like their games are super high quality, but like they're not, they're you don't have to have all these crazy textures and ray tracing and all this stuff that kind of doesn't
all
really,
the superfluous bullshit you don't need.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. I'm so over ray tracing and I think you tweeted about like the puddle. It's like, do we like I don't give a shit.
Like, I'm not stopping to
look
at that, dude.
I don't give a shit if there's a reflect in the puddle. I don't give a shit if I'm going into a bathroom and the mirror in there isn't. I don't see my character. Like I just don't care about that stuff.
Like how does that improve my experience? How does that improve the gameplay?
Yeah, I'd rather the game just run well.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think people lose their minds over that stuff.
I think the PC market is a little bit toxic when it comes to like what games should be about. Because they spend thousands of dollars on graphics cards and they expect every game to make their purchase worth it. Which I mean, I guess that's the same for a console, except you're not spending thousands on a PC every couple of years.
I think it's like kind of like a almost like a status in like the gaming world. It's like, okay, I have the most expensive graphics card. I have the most expensive PC build out there. Look at the crazy RGB effects on my computer. I should be able to run every game at max settings. How dare this game, not
take full advantage of my incredible PC.
Yeah, my incredible PC. It's like the PC Master Race kind of thing. It's like like that's cool. I'm gonna stick to my console. Yeah. Is it the most powerful? No. Does it look the best compared to a PC? No. But also like, I just don't need. I don't know. I don't need the highest of fidelities.
And like every time I listen to like Kind of Funny, for instance, Andy's really into like PC stuff.
Yeah.
And whenever he talks about a game, he just talks about opening it up and looking at it and like seeing how great it looks. But then someone asked him if he's played it, and he's like, "No, I just opened it up for a few minutes just to look at how great it looks." I'm like,
yeah, it's like you're not playing. I mean, like he plays a ton of games or whatever, but there's people like that. That's all they care about. Is the gameplay fun? Not really, but it looks great. It's like, okay, I mean, I guess, man, like, go watch a movie or something if you want like crazy visuals. I'd rather just play the game and it'd be fun. And if it looks great, cool. Or if it looks okay, like. Again, going back to Split Fiction, is it the most like graphically impressive game out there? No, but it looks good, and it plays good, and it's fun.
It's good. Feels good to play.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there's always gonna be those people. I will never be that person.
Watch the Switch 2 have ray tracing. We're gonna be like, oh my god, you can see Mario's reflection in the puddle.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they'll have like the 4K like upscaling stuff like that. But
yeah, they'll do some sort of upscaling, which would be cool.
And like that stuff is cool because like it's not as like intense on the actual hardware itself. It uses like the AI upscaling to help it look better than it actually is.
That'd be great for something like Xenoblade 2, where it looks fuzzy on the handheld, whereas AI upscaling could help with that. It could help kind of fill in those gaps. So I mean, that's something that would improve your experience overall.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know. I think people just get kind of lost in the sauce about the whole graphics thing, and
it just makes games more expensive to make.
And that's the thing. It's like exactly. It's like you talk people talk about this stuff, and like developers think that that's what the vast majority of gamers want. And it's like I don't think that's the case. I think you're kind of reading the room wrong, and that's why it's gotten so expensive.
Yeah. Hopefully the Switch 2 will turn this all around.
Yeah.
Just correct course a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been interesting. I don't foresee like a massive jump in graphics anymore. Like
no, I mean it's all diminishing returns.
I mean, I was just listening to Jeff Gershman's podcast earlier, and he was kind of talking about the same thing where someone had asked like why the 360 generation, like the PS3 and 360 generation were so good. And he was like, well, it's like that was like kind of a massive jump from like Xbox. And that was really the last massive jump we've seen graphically. Like if you go back and play old 360 games, like a lot of them still look really good. And a lot of them, they may not run as great and play as great, but like you can see, you can kind of see like that formula like started there. And I don't know, it's like he mentioned, he's like, when the next Gears of War comes out, he's like, it's going to feel like Gears of War. It's not going to be something insanely different. So it's like we had the massive jump in kind of power with the 360 and PS3, and a lot of games came out of that generation, and we're just kind of seeing more or less the same thing. They look better, they play better, obviously, but like we just haven't, and I don't think we ever will. I don't know, and I don't know if I want every a real, like, do I really want, like, I'm shooting somebody in the face, do I really want it to be like so super photorealistic? Like, no, I don't know. No.
Or do you want something like different, like super hot?
Yeah,
like just a different experience overall, not just pure realism the entire time. Yeah, I mean, thinking about the PS6 and the next Xbox, like it's not super exciting because you know what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's just going to be the games we're getting now, but they're just going to look slightly better.
Look slightly better, probably.
But are they going to run better? That's where, like, that's what I want. I want
or will you still be choosing between 30 FPS and 60 FPS?
Yeah.
Like what excites me is like Xbox's handheld. Like that's cool. Switch 2, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like maybe I just like handhelds. So
handhelds are cool.
Yeah. Just like different ways to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where like the innovation lies. It's like the VR stuff is very cool. It's not necessarily for me right now, but it's cool stuff.
Cool.
Seems like the industry is kind of like slow down on that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's where the innovations lies. Like we want some really good, like affordable handhelds that are still powerful but not crazy.
Like using your Joy-Con as a mouse. Like that's an exciting prospect that would work with a first-person shooter like Metroid Prime 4 or
there's a lot of people that stream or probably play their Switch at a desk because they have really nice, gaming monitors and stuff like that. So like, like I would definitely play. I would try it out. Metroid Prime 4 with the mouse. I've never been a mouse and keyboard person. But I would try it for this. Like that'd be so
Like,
cool.
just imagine, like, you can use either use gyro controls, you can just use the sticks, or you can use the mouse. Like,
Yeah,
that doesn't really exist anywhere else. That breadth of options.
yeah. I don't know.
So
Just more ways to play that are fun, I think is always good. I think just like the traditional Xbox and PlayStation, as fun as those consoles have been, and how good those games are, it does feel a little bit stale in the ways we've been playing. You know, not always stale, but sometimes they could feel a little bit stale when you, especially this generation for first party stuff. It's just a little bit mediocre, very mediocre. But hey, Xbox is cooking right now. I mean, Indiana Jones is great. Avowed was great. Can't wait for next month. South of Midnight.
It's great.
Doom. Clair Obscur. Can't wait for that. Man, I'm so hyped for that game.
Yeah.
So,
are you picking that up on PS5?
I think so. I mean, it's $40, I think. So like, it's kind of a budget friendly game, and I don't know. I've been itching to play more stuff on the Portal. It's fun.
Me too.
A good RPG is good on the Portal.
Yeah, I've been meaning to play more Death Stranding on the Portal.
You need to try Death Stranding. You need to try Astrobot too. Try those new levels and see how it plays for you.
Yes, I was meaning to do that.
I think they're all out now. Maybe.
So then I have the Christmas one, and
you got a lot. Yeah.
I've got the speedrun ones. I've got the Christmas one, and then I've got these 5 new ones.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got a lot to play.
I've got a lot.
You got like a couple hours of Astrobot at least.
Maybe it paid off for me to wait so long.
Hey, maybe. But, all right. Well, I think that's going to wrap up the show. We appreciate everyone watching, listening, all that good stuff. If you can review us on your favorite podcasting platform of choice, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. We're going to be back next week with a big one, Xenoblade. First time I've ever played it. Really, the first time you've played. I mean, you played what, like a couple hours, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very excited to get our reactions for that, because I know we're both pretty excited. So, and then whatever else happens, I think we're both going to pass on Assassin's Creed Shadows for now. We may pick it up at some point when it inevitably goes on the Ubisoft sale. Hopefully the game reviews well. Hopefully it does well for Ubisoft. I mean, we never want to see a company go under, but I mean, Ubisoft has not made good decisions in the last few years. But hopefully that game does review very well.
Yeah.
We'll see.
One word of advice that I read about Xenoblade Chronicles X. There's like affinity missions, which are like the hero quests in 3, which are like the more in-depth quests related to specific characters.
Okay.
So like side stories almost. And there's one at the beginning of the game called the Repair Job. Okay. With a character called Lynn. And you can only take on one affinity quest at a time, and you can't quit it once you lock into it. But this quest, for whatever reason, takes you to like different continents and like different areas that you really shouldn't be going to. So I just saw this post, like someone had to spend like 10 hours on this one quest because they took it on too early. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Is this in the definitive edition, or
this? I think is in the definitive edition.
Okay. Surprised it doesn't like tell you like, hey, like you, or at least has like a level. A lot of quests will say you should be.
Yeah, it's related level. To like gathering specific items, and one of those items can only be found in this like really later game area.
Gotcha.
That's hard to get to. It's kind of weird.
Probably don't. Yeah, you probably don't have the mech yet to be able to kind of streamline that experience a little. Yeah. Okay. Good to know, because that would surely like irritate me if that happened.
Getting locked into a quest.
Into a quest that you can't get out of. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.